Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana 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 Yamuna Tira Vanachari Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. The darshan of Śrī Śukadeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayet Nashta Prayesha Badreshu Nitya Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Hare Krishna. So we will be reading continuation. Now we are entering new chapter. This is Canto 9, chapter 11 and verse number 1, the new chapter. So we'll be reading the new chapter today. And continuation of the pastimes and glories of Sri Rāmacandra. Śrī Śukadeva uvāca bhagavān ātmanātmānaṁ bhagavān ātmanātmānaṁ Rāma uttama-kalpakaiḥ Rāma uttama-kalpakaiḥ sarva-devamayaṁ devam sarva-devamayaṁ devam ācāryavān makhaiḥ thācāryavān makhaiḥ śrī-śuka uvāca bhagavān ātmanātmānaṁ Rāma uttama-kalpakaiḥ sarva-devamayaṁ devam ācāryavān makhaiḥ. Śrī Śukadeva bhagavān ātmanātmānaṁ Rāma uttama-kalpakaiḥ sarva-devamayaṁ devam ācāryavān makhaiḥ. Śrī Śukadeva Śrī Śukadeva Gosvāmī said, Bhagavān, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, ātmanā, by himself, ātmanam, himself, rāmaḥ, Lord Rāmacandra, uttama-kalpakaiḥ, with very opulent paraphernalia, sarva-deva-mayam, the heart and soul of all the demigods, devam, the Supreme Lord himself, Jaya, worshipped, atha, thus, ācāryavān, under the guidance of an ācārya, makhaiḥ, by performing sacrifices. So translation, purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Śrī Śukadeva Gosvāmī said, thereafter, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Rāmacandra, accepted an ācārya and performed sacrifices, yajñas, with opulent paraphernalia. Thus he himself worshipped himself, for he is the Supreme Lord of all the demigods. Sarva-devamayaṁ devam. Of all the demigods, sarva-deva, he is a deva. Krishna is called sarva-deva or deva, the god of the gods. And there was one devotee, his name was Sarva-deva Shiromani. Shiromani is an ornament. And Sarva-deva, he is the ornament of all the demigods. It's a nice name. So Śukadeva Gosvāmī says, so Śukadeva spoke now. After the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Rāmacandra accepted an ācārya and performed sacrifices with opulent paraphernalia. So even this is a Treta Yuga. In Treta Yuga, the process of self-realization was opulence, or yajñas, sacrifices. And in this way, you could achieve spiritual perfection. And the conclusion is, he himself worshipped himself. Means, although he is Krishna himself, he is worshipping Krishna. Purport. Sarva-devamayaṁ achyuteja. If Achyuta, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is worshipped, then everyone is worshipped. So we know this story from Mahabharata, when Draupadi was just finished her lunch, and she cooked, and then the Durvasa Muni came with his disciples, and he said, I want to eat something, with 40,000 disciples. Imagine, suddenly, in Egil-Harting, Danakeli, in Egil-Harting, 40,000 people come, and they say, we want to eat something, if you don't give us, we will curse you. So you have to cook a lot, So Draupadi was thinking, how can I cook now? There's no time. And this pot, which was producing unlimited thing, because Pandavas ate, they could not produce anymore. So they did not know what to do. So Krishna said, is there any remnants in the pot itself? He said, yeah, there are a few grains. Just give it to me. So Krishna ate. Because Krishna ate, all the sages felt so full, they could not breathe anymore, so much food. So they said, thank you, we will not eat breakfast. We are all fed. So this is the proof, this is the example, how when Krishna is pleased, everybody is pleased. When Krishna is worshipped, everyone is worshipped. Sarvarhanam achyuteja. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 4:31-14. Yata tharor mula nishechanena tripyanti tad skanda bhujapashakaha. Pranopaharachcha yatendriyanam tataiva sarvarhanam achyuteja. So this is Prabhupada used this sarvarhanam achyuteja. As pouring water on the root of a tree nourishes the trunk, branches and twigs and leaves, and as supplying food to the stomach enlivens the senses and limbs of the body, worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, satisfy the demigods who are part of that Supreme Personality. Performing yajna involves worshipping the Supreme Lord. Here, the Supreme Lord worshipped the Supreme Lord. So this is the first part, is that while worshipping Krishna, everybody is satisfied. Therefore, we don't need to do any extraneous endeavor to worship demigods or to worship forefathers. Just by satisfying Krishna, everybody is automatically satisfied. It is said that there are various numbers, but if somebody becomes pure devotee, goes back to Godhead, he takes so many members of their family, of their ancestors. They all go back to Godhead. So we don't need to do anything extra. If we are ourselves pure devotees, then all our relatives and families will be benefited. Everybody will be benefited. So this is one thing. Because Krishna is ultimately the yajna tapas bhoktaram yajña. He's a enjoyer of all those everything. He's enjoyers of all the yajñas, of all the sacrifices we do. Krishna is the enjoyer. Of all the tapasya, Krishna is enjoyers. Krishna is the enjoyer. So when we do tapasya, we fast on Ekadashi. It's not like we are getting benefit. Krishna is actually enjoying this by seeing devotee. Oh, he wants to make some advancement. So Krishna is the actually supreme enjoyer. Ishvara Parama Krishna. He's everything. He's enjoyer. He's Adi Purusha. We sing Govindam Adi Purusham. Adi Purusham is the primeval, the original enjoyer. Krishna. This is him. So performing yajna involves worshipping the Supreme Lord. Here the Supreme Lord worship the Supreme Lord. This is a little strange. Therefore it is said, bhagavān ātmanātmānaṁ ije. This is the last line in this verse. The Lord worshipped himself by himself. Prabhupada says, this does not, of course, justify the Mayavada philosophy by which one thinks himself the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I don't need to worship God. I am God myself, so I worship myself. So as the some new age said, oh, you should be kind to your body, you should worship your body, you should respect your knee. This is what is it, Nitya? Knee. You should love your knee. Because if you have your problem with knee, you should love your knee, and your knee will be healed or whatever. So this is does not justify Mayavad philosophy by which one thinks himself the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Jiva, the living entity, is always different from the Supreme Lord. Always. The living entities, Vibhinamsha, never become one with the Lord. Although Mayavadis sometimes imitate the Lord worship of himself. Lord Krishna meditated upon himself every morning as a grihasta. And similarly, Lord Rāmacandra performed yajñas to satisfy himself. But this does not mean that an ordinary living being should imitate the Lord by accepting the process of ahangra hopasana. Such unauthorized worship is not recommended herein. So what happened in Dvaraka when Krishna wakes up? He sits on the floor because it's a beautiful marble floor, very shiny, and he sees his reflection in the floor, and he's meditating on this form. So Krishna himself. So what do we do when we wake up? We wake up in the morning, we look at the mirror, and we say, oh, this is such a wonderful, I see a wonderful, beautiful person. Then we worship ourselves a little bit, how this, put a little this and that. This is called ahangra hopasana, that we are worshiping ourselves. But in reality, such unauthorized worship is not recommended herein. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, it is said somewhere that he never used mirror to put tilak. He put tilak without mirror. Why? Because he said, I cannot look at this ass in the morning, this donkey. He said, how can I, in the morning, to see this donkey, I will ruin my day. So he put tilak without spiegel. And we see the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati tilak was like two straight, perfect lines, no mistakes. So this is the attitude of a devotee. So what else I would like to say is here to quote some verses from Bhagavad Gita 15:7. Mama imvamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. It is the individual soul is my eternal fragment. So Mama imvamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Sanatana means eternally, and he is individually my part and parcel, Krishna says. So therefore, if the soul is identical with God, then it cannot be parts. This is the amsha. Mama ivam amsha. Mama iva amsha. Like iva amsha. Amsha is fragment or part. So mama iva, like me, these parts in all this world, Jiva Bhuta is, they're eternally like me, parts, but they are fragments, they're amshas, they're not me. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, so how can people claim we are one with God? This is not possible. Mama Eva Amsha is like me, but is Amsha, is part. Another one from the Bhagavad Gita, also famous verse, 1861, Ishvara Sarva-bhutanam Hrideshe Arjuna Tishtati. So Ishvara, Krishna is Ishvara. And Sarva-bhutanam, in all the living entities, Krishna Hrideshe. Krishna is sitting in their hearts. So again, if Krishna sits in our hearts as the Paramatma, so how can Krishna and Jiva be one? If we are one, we will sit in our own hearts, but we don't. Krishna says, I am sitting. Ishvara Sari Hridesha Arjuna Tishtati. I am sitting in everyone's heart. So Krishna is proving here that there's no oneness. Again, there's a oneness in quality, but not oneness in quantity. As Prabhupada gives many times example, a drop of the ocean has a quality of the ocean, but not a quantity of the ocean. There's a big difference between drop and a huge ocean. So this is the difference between jivas and the Krishna and Bhagavan. The Krishna is the ocean, and we are like Krishna. Eva means like, we are like Krishna, but we are still amshas, we are still fragmental parts. So we can never be Krishna. And if we are one, then how can then yogis meditate on Paramatma? That means the yogis meditate on something outside themselves. Like if you want to achieve perfection, you, as here Rāmacandra worshipped himself, by himself in this yajna, so he would, because he is Krishna himself, he is Vishnu Tattva. But if we want to worship ourselves, we will not achieve any spiritual benefit, any. So the only spiritual benefit, even these spiritualists, Mayavadis or yogis who worship, they worship something outside of themselves, because to get some powers which you to get powers which you don't have, you have to go for a source outside of yourself. So you cannot say, I have a power. You don't have power. But if you worship something outside yourself, you'll get some benefit from this source of the outside. So therefore, Mayavadis or whatever impersonalists, they worship Brahma Jyoti, or they try to merge into Brahma Jyoti, so they want to achieve something higher. And also worship Paramatma, they get the mercy of Paramatma, and they get mystic powers and things like this. So we have we ourselves, we have a power, but we to achieve a liberation from the material world, we need or necessitate outside source to liberate us. We cannot do it by ourselves. How can a person who is in prison liberate themselves from the prison? Not possible. But if we pray to the king, and king or whatever president can come and they say, I think this person is innocent, let him go. And then we are free. So by ourselves, we cannot. Therefore, this is another example here, that ignorance, this is the verse. Funny, I was reading this morning these verses, and just when I read this verse 726, Nitya was listening to Radhanath Swami, and he said exactly the same verse at the same time. At the same time, I was just reading Vedaham Samatitani, and he was reciting Vedaham Samatitani, exactly the same verse at the same time. This was a mystical to me. So Vedaham Samatitani Vartamanani Charjuna Bhavishyani Chabutani Mamtu Vedana Kaschana. Krishna says, O Arjuna, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me, no one knows. So Krishna is here showing that he is not in ignorance. So if someone is in ignorance, how can you, if you are in mode of ignorance, how can you achieve any transcendental realization? From where is this knowledge will come? How? Just like we spoke yesterday, if the guru is in ignorance, if he is influenced by avidya, because Brahman, according to Mayavadis, is influenced by avidya, how can something which is Satchit Ananda be influenced by avidya? How is this possible? That means that avidya is higher than the Brahman. Prabhupada uses many times this example. If the Brahman, which is Satchit and Ananda, eternal, blissful, and knowledge, can be overcome by avidya, that means that avidya is stronger than Brahman. As simple as that. And where is this avidya situated? Where is it located? Because if everything is Brahman, Brahman is full of knowledge, full of bliss. So how can avidya sneak into something which is full of knowledge? This makes no sense. So therefore, if someone is in avidya, like as Madhvacharya was pointing, if his guru, sannyas guru, Achyuta Preksha, was influenced by avidya, obviously, because he has this body, human body, that means that he is influenced by avidya. He's not free. So if he is influenced by avidya, that means that he's in mode of ignorance. So how can mode of ignorance deliver the other mode of ignorance? Not possible. So Madhvacharya said, why do I need to offer obeisance to you? How can I offer obeisance to me? So his guru was not pleased, of course. So Krishna says Prabhupada says in the 4th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, we have seen that Lord Krishna remembers instructing Vivasvan, Imam Vivasvati Yogam Proktam. So Krishna instructed Vivasvan millions of years ago. So Arjuna was wondering, how is this possible? But Krishna says here, I remember all this, but you do not remember. This is the problem. You are actually influenced by avidya. I am not. So Krishna also proves here that Krishna knows every living entity because he is situated in every living entity's heart as the super soul. But despite his presence in every living entity as a super soul and his presence as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the less intelligent, even if able to realize the impersonal Brahman, cannot realize Shri Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He said his body, Krishna's body, is just like the sun, and Maya is like a cloud. The cloud may cover sky temporarily, but this covering is only apparent to our limited vision. If you fly over with the airplane, the sun is always there. There's no sun. So Krishna proves here he can never be under the influence of avidya. Then in the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, 14th verse, Daivi Hesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya. Krishna says, Daivi Hesha Guna Mama Maya Duratya. Duratya means impossible, so difficult, impossible, almost impossible. Daivi Hesha, divine Maya. This is Krishna's Maya, Krishna's energy, divine to overcome. So again, if Krishna says, I am not influenced by this Maya. Indeed, Maya is my energy, and I'm never influenced by Maya. But you are influenced by Maya. So therefore, again, we can never become God. We are not God because we are influenced by Maya, while Krishna is not. So therefore, we worship Krishna. And at the end, I will quote from the Shvetashvatara Upanishad. Prabhupada quoted this many times, this line, Nityo Nityanam, Chetanas, Chetananam. Nitya Nityam, of all the Nityas, of all the eternal, I am the Nityanam. I am the actually eternal. Chetanas, of all the conscious being, I am the most conscious being. Chetana Chetanana. So of all the eternals, I'm the eternal, and of all the conscious being, I am the supreme. I am the one who is conscious. So this is Krishna's position, and therefore Rāmacandra can worship himself because he can do anything. Krishna this is actually Krishna because he is Adi Purusha to enjoy. He even appeared as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the form of Srimati Radharani to enjoy love between his devotees and gopis and himself. So Krishna can do this. We cannot do this. We are enjoyed. Prabhupada always said, Krishna is the enjoyer, we are the enjoyed. So we are the Prakriti, Krishna is Purusha. We are enjoyed, and Krishna is always Purusha. So therefore, the sooner we realize our position as Prakriti, the enjoyed, will be properly situated in our spiritual life, and not try to be one with Krishna or compete with Krishna, because ultimately the reason why we fell into the material world is competing with Krishna, competing with God. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Anything? It's 8:30.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
So I have a question from the translation.
Yes.
So here, like, Goswami says, Lord Ramacandra accepted an ācārya and he worshipped himself. So, like, he accepted himself as an ācārya, or like what?
No, he accepted ācārya. Rāmacandra had his priest, Vasishtha. I don't know. You know Vasishtha? Or Vishwamitra, one of the two. I always mix Vishwamitra and Vasishtha Muni. There's always a mix in them. But he accepted ācārya, meaning he accepted the guru. You know, ācārya means guru.
Then in this case, like, okay, he worshipped himself, it says, so it's like, okay. It's,
yeah, Vasishtha was his ācārya, his spiritual master. So he's not Ramacandra as an ideal teacher. He also, he didn't say I'm God. I don't need anybody. He accepted. Lord Chaitanya accepted ācārya. Everybody accepted all the incarnations. Of course, Varahadev didn't accept any ācārya, but as an ideal teacher, he accepted ācārya.
Because like here, what I understood is like Lord Ramacandra accepted an ācārya and performed sacrifices with opulent paraphernalia. Thus, he himself worshipped himself. So it's like,
it's not that he didn't worship himself,
okay,
or as Lord Ramacandra.
Okay.
He didn't like worship like this.
Okay.
He actually worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. But because he is Vishnu, so he's worshiping himself. It's not like he did, I do incense to myself, He played the ideal, the ācārya. He played ideal king.
Okay.
So as an ideal king, you worship Vishnu. So he performs sacrifices to Vishnu, offer obeisance to Vishnu, but because he is Vishnu himself, so therefore he worshipped himself.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Prabhu, and also one more question related to the name Rama. So it's like in Hare Krishna mantra, like the Rama refers to the one who gives pleasure to Radharani. But like here, what does Rama mean? Or like, yeah, here.
Rama means, let's say the Sanskrit. What does Rama mean in Sanskrit? Because all our names, whatever the Krishna's names are also the Sanskrit names. Rama, I have a Sanskrit dictionary here. Rama means te ramante, enjoying. The enjoyment. Rama, yeah, this is what it is: opulence, splendor, fortune, enjoyment, pleasure. So this is Rama. So this is what Rama means. So not that so we interpret according to the names of Krishna, according to our realizations. You can see the different. Prabhupada even said that Rama denoted to Ramacandra. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. But in some other devotees explains that, or sometimes Krishna says that he's the supreme enjoyer. Krishna is Rama, and in other acharyas like Gopal Guru Gosvāmī, they explain like more esoteric. The Rama means Radha, enjoying the Radharani, and this whole, as you said. So different devotees according to their own realizations. But Hare Krishna mantra, but Rama means here enjoying. He's the supreme enjoyer. He's Ramacandra.
And just one more, it's not related to this, but when we sang Narsing Arati, then like we sing Jaya Hare. So it is also like in the same way as per the devotees, or because like in Hare Krishna mantra, Hare refers to Radharani, but in Narasimha, I don't think it refers to Radharani.
No, Narasimhadev doesn't refer to Radharani. In the beginning, if you read the history of ISKCON, in the beginning there was just Hare Krishna mantra.
Okay.
And then devotees, opened the temples, and then Prabhupada instituted the morning program, Samsara Dava Nalalida Loka. And this is Prabhupada, in the Gaudiya Mat, they sing different mantras for morning. They sing Jaya Jaya Radha Krishna Jugala Milana. This is Jaya Jaya Radha Krishna and their divine union at that time. So this is what they sing as Mangalartik in Gaudiya Mat. So Prabhupada had devotees sing this song. And so Prabhupada, and then after some time, I think they bought a land in New Vrindavan, and there was some attack from the local, some bikers or something. They attacked them, and they were shooting even at devotees. So Prabhupada says, because there was disturbances, so Prabhupada says, from now you should start chanting this Nrsimha mantra for protection. So then the Prabhupada added Nrsimhadev mantra in the morning. Before in the beginning there was no Nrsimha mantra. So Prabhupada added for protection. So for protection, we don't chant Radha and Krishna. For protection we need some force, and force is Nrsimhadev. How he killed Hiranyakashipu, and we ask him to protect us. That's why we sing Nrsimhadev in the morning, for protection.
Mm-hmm. But in this case, Hare is any meaning, or
Sorry?
We sing, it's like just a filler, or is it?
I'm not a Sanskrit scholar, but Hari usually means the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Hari, not Radha.
Okay.
Hari, Jagat Jagadisha Hari. Hari is the, there's a Manohar. Krishna's name is Manohara, one who steals the mind. So this is the Hari. This is the name of Krishna, Vishnu.
Mm-hmm.
So Vishnu. Now this is esoteric, devotees. Why do we worship Nrsimhadev? This, but Prabhupada just had this mantra for us to chant for protection. As simple as that. We will chant Hare Krishna, but we chant Nrsimhadev in some situations, difficult, we chant Namaste. There's no, you can make it esoteric, whatever, everything can be esoteric, but I think we just keep simple and stick to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said this, and we just keep it. Jai, Hare Krishna. Anything else from the online devotees?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandatuna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, in the Hare Krishna mantra, Hare means Radharani is addressed here, no? Then Krishna and Balarama, no? Am I right, no?
As I said, different interpretation with different devotees.
Okay.
Because Prabhupada said in Prabhupada's translation, Hare means the energy of the Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, energy of the Lord, please engage me in the service of the Lord. So we can say it's Radharani, but Prabhupada says the energy of the Lord. So we keep it what Prabhupada said.
Yeah.
But some other devotees, again, like Gopal Guru Gosvāmī, interpreted very esoteric, is a service to Radharani. And Balaram does, Rāma, Hare Krishna and Rāma, in Rāma does not mean Balaram in this case. In this case, Prabhupada translated, Rāma means one who is the supreme enjoyer. And Krishna. But sometimes also Prabhupada says that Rāma means Balaram.
Yeah.
So it's like that.
Yeah. And Guru of Rāmacandra was Vishwamitra.
Vishwamitra,
and,
okay.
Vasishtha was the Kul Guru, no, Prabhu?
Sorry?
Vasishtha was Kul Guru.
Kul
the
Guru,
family,
okay.
Kul
Okay.
dynasty. And Vishwamitra was their Guru, no?
The priest.
Yes, the priest, yeah. He took them, no?
Yes.
Yes. Right.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Anything else? Okay. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.